Hi, I'm Jamie Davidson. I run the product team at Looker, and today I'm going to give you a quick overview of what Looker is today and where we're going. Looker is an enterprise BI tool and data platform. We empower our customers to make the smarter use of data. On the top, you see the diversity of use cases the Looker platform can be used to power from modern BI and beyond, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Looker's platform has a couple of key differences relative to the existing market. Our customers come with their data aggregated from a wide variety of sources into a cloud data warehouse. Looker has an in-database architecture that will leverage the functionality, scalability, and performance of technologies like BigQuery and enable customers to drive real-time data value from them. We've got a semantic modeling layer on top of that in-database architecture where an analyst can come and codify their business metrics and enable an organization to have a single source of truth. That modeling layer is integrated with Git and version control and allows for governance. Looker is a cloud native BI tool, and that means that everything you can do inside the application and more is accessible via API. That architecture has a couple of key benefits. First, data governance is built in from the ground up too. Because of the modeling layer, because of the integration with Git, our security, access, and authentication, um, you can have confidence that the metrics that your users or your business is using are what you think that they mean and that the right people have access. That same semantic modeling layer also serves to empower business users. You don't have to know the complicated definitions for things like gross margin or lifetime value to be able to still make directional decisions based on that data. Looker's a cloud native application. Every URL is shareable. It means that you have easy, repeatable analysis. Because we have an in-database architecture, we are representing what's live in the database today. And that in-database architecture allows for operational use of your data because customers are now replicating their full transactional information into a cloud data warehouse. You can not just look at the high-level KPIs and where they're trending, you can actually see the individual transactions that are driving. Over 50% of our customers now are actually using the Looker platform beyond API context. To give you a couple examples, we see customers using us to have embedded dashboards in internal portals so that their knowledge workers can use data to make better decisions. We see customers embedding dashboards into SaaS tools like Salesforce so that the salespeople can go and have the relevant information while they're making their decisions. We see customers integrating us into existing products and even creating completely new products to give value to their customers and at times monetize data. And then finally, we see customers going so far as to use Looker effectively headlessly, so not using any of our UI or UX, integrating with our APIs to provide governed data into custom applications. These applications don't look or feel like anything that classic BI would suggest. It's beyond reporting and self-serve analytics. It's really operational. So for example, maybe a supply chain management application where the historical inventory levels and pricing is useful, and Looker provides a governed view of that into that application. So Looker's different. We have a different architecture too, and it gives some benefits. We are fast on any size of data. We're leveraging BigQuery and Snowflake and Redshift to be able to give you real-time access to their powerful functionality. The semantic model means that there's a single source of truth for your organization too, and it gives the business users trust in the data. That model is integrated with the development workflow too that lets you have changes over time and a life cycle and management for those workflows. And finally, Looker is a cloud native application too, which means we've got APIs to integrate with lots of operational tools. We want to be where the users are working. That was a quick look at what Looker is today. I want to tell you about where we're going. We talked just recently about the breadth of experiences that we enable, or use cases that we enable. We think about the ability to serve those use cases in three real layers too. So the top layer is data experiences. This is where the business users are consuming data and taking action on it. Below that, we got our application platform too. This is what enables our customers to create those data experiences. And then finally, the base really here is Looker's foundation. This is our development lifecycle. This is our ID. This is our query execution. This is the core of the app. So to start on data experiences, I'm going to talk quickly about our core, the core unit of a report for Looker is a dashboard. I'll talk about how we've completely rebuilt that dashboard stack, and how we're similarly now reimagining that the core Explore experience, that self-serve analysis, the expression of the model as well. We'll talk a little bit about how we integrate into existing business workflows, and then finally close on how we help with content discovery. So I mentioned that we've been rebuilding our dashboard. We've basically spent the last year and a half completely rebuilding it from the ground up with a bunch of different goals in mind. We want it to be a more modern stack. We want it to be more performant. We want it to be more customizable. We also want to enable fundamentally new interactions and experiences that haven't ever been possible inside BI. And that includes things like cross-filtering at petabyte scales. Because we have an in-database architecture and we can take advantage of databases like BigQuery, we now have an interaction mechanism too that lets you get full granularity of your data, ask as many questions as you want of the content. When we rethought, the consumption of content, we also had to think about the creation of that content too. We want to give our analysts a whole lot more control over the presentation of their data too. We want to make it easy for them to create reports that you can easily derive insight from and ultimately take action on. And that includes things like fundamental new modes of consumption. Here you can see a new report type. This is closer to a Google Doc than it is to a dashboard. It's still integrated with the Looker governance. It's still integrated with our security model too. You can see it's infused with data. It's got a live look and visualization of metrics too. But it's presented in context too. And imagine you're an executive consuming a weekly PDF report emailed to you too. The analyst needs to construct it in such a way where you can easily derive insight from it too, in a way that you'd expect. So this can allow that. We're also increasing the amount of customization that's possible inside dashboards too, with new dashboard extensions where you can take over a tile of a dashboard too, with pre-built extensions that are present inside our marketplace, as well as custom extensions that you build to allow you to create custom experiences and workflows to tailor to your data. We're really excited about bringing Looker more broadly to as many people as possible. That includes doing work like localization. We now support 23 different languages too for our core reporting use cases. We are in the process of bringing all of that localization to the full application. Similarly, we're looking at accessibility as well too. We want to make it easy for Looker to navigate for all users too, so that everyone can derive value from their data. We're looking now at exploration too, and Looker's Explore has always been an incredibly powerful feature. It's the manifestation of that semantic model. It lets you ask lots of questions of your data too. We want to make it even easier. We want to make it so you have smarter starting points, so pre-built queries to start the question and answering process. We want to make it so that you can do on-the-fly calculations and not have to go into the model to create new metrics or dimensions too that are just transformations on existing ones. We also want to take advantage of GCP's best-in-class AI and ML functionality too, and integrate some of that into the BI tool so that you'd have things like time series forecasting too integrated into the Explore experience. We want to bring data to wherever work is being done at a high level. We want to drive more value. That requires things like our alerting functionality. We've got analytical alerts that use data to power workflows. We want to make them even smarter. We want to use that same AI and ML expertise that GCP has to do things like outlier detection, where a analyst can come in and say, this metric is important to me. Let me know if it changes and maybe tell me why. And we can do that, and we'll be bringing that into. We want to make it easy to take action directly from within the BI experience. So this is building on our Action Hub, which is tightly integrated with our semantic model, and it allows for interaction and integration with third-party services. So in this case, you could have complex analysis inside the BI tool to find overperforming campaigns too, and then take direct action to change their budgets or change um, you know activity inside the Google Ads platform. We recently released an integration with Google Sheets. We're really excited, and customers have adopted it incredibly quickly because they want to take governed, trusted data into a context sometimes where they want to have some lightweight ad hoc analysis to customize the experience. We're excited about this integration. We want to bring it forward. We want to do a bi-directional integration where Google Sheets can basically pull Looker data in and Looker can send data into Google Sheets. We're also excited about integrating with the broader G Suite product. We've got lots of customers that create, slideshows that are weekly operational reports where they go through a process of downloading a bunch of images and reconstituting that slideshow or deck every week. We want to make it so that you have live access to governed data in the context where you're working to enable that data storytelling within slides or similarly within Google Docs. We've got a deep integration with Slack where you can send data from Looker into Slack and request data of Looker from Slack. We want to make that interface of requesting data even easier in that communications context too, extending to a natural language interface to that semantic model. We're really excited about a new native mobile app experience we've got for iOS and Android in beta today, and will be GAing over the course of the second half of this year, where you can consume your data on the go. We also want to expose that natural language interface in this context. It's not enough to have your content inside your instance, though. If you can't find it, it's not useful, too. And we're really excited now that we're part of Google, the search company, too, to really invest heavily in that content discovery. We're rebuilding our search infrastructure for a couple of goals, better performance, better relevance, but also with an eye to help with some of the fundamental problems that BI always has. If you don't have a piece of content, say you're searching for annual recurring revenue, you don't have a piece of content that's relevant, we can automatically generate that content too and give you a live look at your total ARR inside that search context too. The data experiences side, we are focused on reporting and self-serve analysis, integrating with your workflow, and driving more value from your data. I'm going to switch gears now and talk about our application platform. This is where customers and partners build those data experiences. And we're very focused here on a couple of things. We want to help accelerate value for our customers. We want to increase both the customizability and power that's possible inside in embedded context, and also extend the platform. To accelerate value, we've released a marketplace that's in beta currently, where you can easily find, install, and manage pre-built pieces of content. So these can be applications, these can be LookML blocks, these can be data sets, these can be custom visualizations, and they will dramatically accelerate your ability to actually explore. One of those contexts and one of those data sets too is Google Marketing. We've had a application and a series of LookML blocks too that are targeted on the marketing use case. We're really excited to leverage the expertise in Google to push this really a whole lot further. We want to help our customers be able to gather all of their marketing data together, to analyze and find insights from it, to and ultimately take action on that data too within the BI experience. For embedding, we think that there's a spectrum actually of need for customization, and it sort of goes from, on one side, there's inside the BI tool, and there's customization that's possible inside a dashboard experience or inside an embedded dashboard experience where you have themes so that it can feel like the application it's embedded in. We want to increase the amount of customization that's possible in that context. Similarly, we've got our APIs on the other end of the spectrum too, and we want to both increase the customization as possible, but also give you more out of the box there too. So we want richer APIs, better SDKs for interfacing with those APIs too, and then even high-level JavaScript-based components too, so it's much easier to be able to create bespoke workflows too and customize. So as an example, here's a dashboard that's been themed so that it can basically fit it into an application to and feel native. We very literally took our new dashboard code base to and packaged up the new functionality and features to in a JavaScript component SDK so that customers don't have to recreate filters or visualizations and integrate them with our APIs. They can instead take our visualizations and extend them and customize them in any way that might fit their specific workflow. We're investing heavily in our APIs and SDKs too, from documentation to more robust interactions as well. And we're also focused on extending what's possible inside the platform. We're really excited to talk about the extension framework. We've got a bunch of partners and customers that are excited about the potential here. The extension framework is the ability to host custom JavaScript in a sandboxed environment within your Looker instance too, and have direct access to Looker's API so that you can leverage, security and governance that's a part of the Looker platform. There are lots of different potential applications. I'll give you a couple of examples to sort of to show what's possible. We've released our first extension in our marketplace too, in our data dictionary. This is closely integrated with our data model APIs too, which can show analysts and developers the data that's present and the definitions behind them in a simple, easy place. We've got a lot of partners and customers that are excited about creating custom ways to explore their data. Going beyond the pivot table metaphor of the explore page, there are contexts where a more tailored experience actually makes sense. So in this example, the cohort tool, it's a very parameterized workflow where you select a measure, you select an aggregation place, you select the interval that you want to measure cohorts on, as opposed to needing the full canvas of a broad pivot table. Another example is actually a hosted notebook experience where you can leverage the power of Python integrated with the Looker API too, and go beyond what a classic Explore experience would be. Really excited about the application platform. We're focused on increasing the customization inside the embedded experience, increasing the performance there too, and accelerating value for our customers. I'm going to switch gears and talk about the foundation or core of Looker. Here we think about things like our software development lifecycle and IDE for the data developers. We think about performance. We think about transformations that can power that performance too, and how can we leverage the data model. Looker's always been tightly integrated with a development workflow, and we want to continue to push that forward. We want to have a full quality assurance process too in a single instance that allows for development, staging, and verification of development and production environments. And we want that to be inclusive of your LookML models, of your content, and even your transformations in database too. It's in service of driving some performance. And Looker's in-database architecture gives us the ability to actually drive performance in a layered approach. We can take advantage of best-in-class functionality of data warehouses too, and then also use BI context to help inform queries and drive more performant queries. We've got a bunch of customers really excited about aggregate awareness. We released it a few months ago, where you can create roll-up tables within Looker, and Looker's platform will have the intelligence to be able to dynamically optimize queries based on the questions or the query that's coming in. So if you're going for a granular piece of information, we can go to the full granular table. If you're looking for a summary, we can go to the high-level roll-up. And to power that aggregate awareness too, we've been investing heavily in our transformations, so making them much more robust and more durable. We're focused on adding new functionality like the ability to actually incrementally load into your aggregate tables and integrating those transformations into workflow. We're taking a layered approach to performance and acceleration. We want to take advantage of the best-in-class functionality like BigQuery's BI engine inside the database. It's an in-database cache specifically targeting BI use cases. Similarly, we also have a new in-memory cache as well inside the Looker application layer that eliminates the need to do round trips to the database too when they're not necessary. We think about analytics, or we think about administration a little bit differently. We think about it from an analytics first perspective. We want to give you as much information about the usage of your Looker platform to help you drive data-driven decisions. And so you can use the actual query performance to help drive performance optimization. You can use the actual user engagement to help better captivate your audience. Looker's data model is the key reason why our BI tool is differentiated. It's that integration with the data model and understanding of the transformational logic that's present inside it. We have a bunch of customers now using that transformational logic in other workflows or use cases outside of Looker. So we've got a bunch of customers now using stable roll-up tables too inside the database to power machine learning workflows, where they've got governed definitions of features for their machine learning training processes too that are governed by Looker but used in other contexts. Similarly, we also want to help further leverage the Looker model too, like we're doing inside the Google Sheets integration. We want to basically let analysts use the right analytical tools too on top of governed data. We think we create more value when you give governed trusted access to that data too, regardless of the context where it's being consumed. Looker and GCP firmly believes that customers have the right to choose. They have the right to choose the right infrastructure for the right problem. We firmly support that too. We currently support hosting Looker inside GCP, inside AWS, and we're actively working on supporting Azure. We are also very focused on security. It's a large effort inside our engineering and product teams. We've already got our SOC 2 Type 2, we've already got our ISO 727K, and our PCI SKUs as well. We're actively working on additional security certifications too.